Hey everyone, we're still waiting for this Diva to boot up. We were just in the middle of recording that. I'm just killing two birds with one stone right now. But yeah, I was going to do a video on this 2DX, and it's less a video about the 2DX itself and more about how they pack it. So, I mean, you've seen lots of pictures, and I think I've you know, whatnot of like this stuff before. But I wanted to kind of show just how much they're getting on each of these. And conveniently enough, this 2DX is loaded up with parts that are probably going to go on to this 2DX over here, which has been a project for the last 2 months to put together. This thing, I don't remember if it even had sidebars, but the header is new, well, not new, but the header, the PCB control panel wasn't even there before. So anyway, these were all the parts that we are waiting on. So I'm going to take this apart and show you just how much they got on here. And if I remember right, this was either an auction or they had parted out a cab. I think it was an auction, and we got, and it was a fully gutted cab. All the parts for it, so it's actually auction. We got this off of Yahoo Japan. This is a full gutted cab. So let's get all this stuff off of it. Looks like there is the spare, the I/O relay. I'm just gonna start setting this stuff over here as we go. But yeah, that should have all the wiring, all the pops, marquee, I/O boards. Looks like here's the side pop holders for it. What do we have here is, this is the PCB, so there's a spare PCB. And this is hopefully the amp, which is the one part that's missing from this other cab that I'm really needing. Yeah, that looks like the amp. So this is exactly what we needed to get this cab fully up and running. Well, not fully. This thing is still missing a couple little things, but that was the key part. You know, that was the part that you can't just replace or rewire or anything like that. You could put a different amp in, but that thing is, you know, it already does everything right. So we've got one of the extra power supply parts. Probably won't be needing that, but we'll sit on it. Back here, we've got 2 speakers. These are just the old first gen style. Nothing special. And I believe this box underneath it should be wiring and other things like that. I don't remember exactly. At first I thought it was another control panel, but there's a control panel behind this, and it's bigger than, longer than this box, so there can't be another control panel here. I lose track often of how many of those things I've bought because I just get whatever I can, and they've all been getting used up, so that's good. Let's get this box down. All right, so this is super light. Let's take a look at what's in it. A whole bunch of fill air, and looks like a marquee and effector panel. That would make sense. So this is a 2nd gen effector panel, I believe. You can see it in there. So I think it's just those 2 parts in here. That would make sense. I was wondering what would be in here, and I completely forgot about that. All right, so then this would be the control. I'm assuming this is just cardboard to pad it out. Yeah, it is. So then, ooh, what's this? Got some sticky label or something on there. Oh, it's covering some stuff underneath. But yeah, I mean, this is honestly, these are good. These are good spare. Oh, that's stuck. A couple of those stuck, but that's expected. Yeah, these are these spare panels. Like they'll either get converted to console used, or they're going to replace something on a cab or whatnot. So for now, I'm just sitting on these. I've actually got 3 more sets of parts coming in another container or 2. But yeah, for now, just hanging on to it until I need it, because I've been getting a lot of cabs like this one, and even this one, which was in a little better, it was a better shape, more expensive cab in general, is going to have things that need to be replaced on it. Right now, I've been selling a lot of the Project 2DXs as is, but later down the line, I'm going to want to start going back to putting together some nicer cabs. So let me set this down. Got harnesses on there. Looks like original. Looks good. I've seen some that have hacked up harnesses. These cabs are getting old. You have to think 2DX is what, 20 years old now? A cast hour just came out yesterday as of this recording, so yeah, a couple of these screws fell off. If you see another one later, we gotta put them up on this. I don't want this coming down. So this cab, some background on the cab itself. Like I said, I'm probably not going to go too in depth with it, but I got these intending to keep them, or one of them at least. There's another one. It has the same. It's not same. It has different art on here, but I might be waiting when that one comes in. I might swap with the other one. I think the other one. I forgot what the art is on the other one, but ooh, God, feel these springs. Come here, feel these. Just feel how freaking light these are. Like this, I mean, you can tell, like, one, from the art. The fact that, you know, someone put in the effort for the art is one thing, but that you can tell this cab wasn't just loved, it was cared for and it was played. Yeah, these turntables feel pretty cool. Stuck on the, there we go. This one's a little stiff, but oh my God, okay, well, we're replacing that. Ew. Got some, it's just replaced with hot glue basically. This whole corner is broken out. But yeah, and these screws are rusted to hell, of course. But yeah, no, like, I intended to keep this cab. This is something, they still sold it as a junk cab, but I think it's less indicative of it not being good and working and more indicative of, like, this is just like the low condition cabs they have. One thing that I have noticed, and this is another reason I want to do this video, is to point out little things like down here. I don't know if you can get through this plastic to see, but there, you can see the bass speaker here is blown out. Basically every 2DX I've gotten all year has had blown bass speakers, and there's nothing really we can do about that, but it's just things like that. So real quick though, the reason I wanted to keep this one, and I'll unwrap it far enough to at least be able to see the monitor, and I might at least plug this in and see from there, but this has a Cannonballer's monitor on it, which I've only maybe seen 3 others ever come in. Get this header off. And these are really quite nice. Is it missing? Is there supposed to be a bottom trim? Maybe there's supposed to be a bottom trim on this. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's a newer monitor, and it's pretty pretty special to get. Let's come around the back here, and I'll show you the. See if we can find the label here. So. Yeah, right here, model is LDJ MA014, and that's the newest monitor that they produce. There's guides online that go over it and whatnot, but I don't know that necessarily this is the best I can get, but it's definitely the newest. These monitors are about $3,500 brand new, so getting one on a cab like this is pretty special. So let's go ahead and push this over. I'll plug it in. I haven't had a look inside this yet, of course, and let's see what's on it. I don't remember actually if this one even has a PCB in it or not. I had to pull one at some point to get a different cab running, and it could be this one. So look here on the back, we've also got 2 sets of readers, one from that auction, the other pair that was supposed to be for this cab. So, let's see here. Alright, we've got it coming on here. So this is a black door cab. I'm not sure which era, but I think from this distributor they shouldn't have removed any labels, and we should be able to look inside and see what generation it was. So that monitor is actually, another thing about it, is not plugged in. Okay, there's that monitor. It's looking beautiful. So one thing to note, since this is the first monitor they went to a 42-inch, I believe the old monitors were like 36 or something like that. They were a little bit bigger, and you can tell if you actually want to look at this one, you can tell for sure over here. All of the previous monitor version LCDs have this bigger frame, whereas this one is a little bit smaller to fit the bigger monitors. The other thing you can notice, yeah, right there, you're actually looking at it, is the distance between your face and the monitor here is actually quite a bit deeper, like considerably deeper on this model. Because it's a bigger screen, it has it pushed back a little bit farther. Just some neat things about that. Now we've had, I think, I did a video on a Tricoro cab, but I don't remember if it had a Cannonballer's monitor. I think the first 2 Tricoro cabs I got had this, and then the third one didn't. So like that might be the only thing on that Tricoro cab that I did the video on that wasn't like really amazing. So let's open up the front and see what generation cab this was. Okay, and the keys are other hand here. So they've been doing this with 2DX lately. I'm not sure why, I mean no problem, but lately they've been hanging here. So we're not going to get the game to boot because we don't have anything. We don't have the card readers hooked up. We don't have network, any of that. Nothing's really been set up or anything at the moment. So that's not the point of this video. I believe, I don't know if I've done it in others or whatever, but anyway, so we look inside here, and the serial number starts with a GLD. That is 2DX Gold, if it isn't obvious enough. So this would have been a 2DX 14th, which is right around when the Atlantis got a cab, was around gold. So that's
2006-ish.
2006, yeah. So this is a little bit newer. Like some of the previous black doors we've gotten were Happy Sky, which, you know, maybe 2 years earlier or whatnot. This isn't like super old, but it's also not, you know, a really new cab or anything like that. I think they stopped making cabs probably Tricoro or so is probably when they stopped making them, and maybe 1 or 2 mixes after that. But you don't really get new 2DX machines anymore unless you get a Lightning model, and this one in particular is that's a,
I've been 2008 actually.
yeah, they're, whatever it is, they are, you know, this is something that's going to be eventually phased out, these model cabs. So I've been looking for one that's a little bit better. And in general, like the cab condition, I get why it's junk. But I think this one we're going to get working pretty nicely. I might swap out some parts, stuff like replacing that plexi and whatnot. Mainly, this one is going to go into my garage, specifically into the arcade. It's not going to be a show cab, so I'm looking to, you know, slowly over time piece together something better. So stuff like, you know, getting all these parts and whatnot, those are things, as much as I hate to say I'm going to be catering to myself first, but, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, let's take a look at the coin counter on this, because that's something I always like to do. Just see how long of a life this thing has had. That's the wrong key. Let's see what we've got in here. Is just normal cables for hookup, and it looks like a coin count of 108,932. So this thing has
not going to be able to get it.
Ah, yeah, you're probably not going to, but yeah, this sucker. Yeah, you're not going to get it. This sucker has had quite a life. I consider that a decently high coin count. But inside is pretty clean. It looks like the side pop art is in the back. That's really it. Nothing really special. I mean, unless I can think of anything in the test menu that I actually want to see. If I remember, well, no, network, it shouldn't pass network, but I think 2DX boots without the card readers now, just offline. I don't know. I think we've brought cabs to cons that haven't had card readers, and they still work. So it's interesting, because I think normally they don't, at least up until now. So, but yeah, I guess other things to point out. I think starting with Bistrover, the art sets are the same between the normal model and the Lightning model, where the Lightning model, this serial label here, wouldn't be on the marquee, it's on the cab somewhere, and then the Konami logo was up here, and I think that was Heroic Verse. I don't remember if it just went to the same, starting with Bistrover. And I haven't gotten to look at the difference between the cast hour art sets yet, but that's the only thing. Otherwise, these work on the Lightning models and vice versa. And I think only Heroic Verse had like what's it called? The like, oh my god, the frosted look on the marquee. That was really the only difference, but these are the same. The side pop arts are the same and whatnot. So anyway, that about sums up. Yeah, so it's not gonna. I do want to kind of take a look at the I/O test in here and see that these buttons are actually all just. Oh my god, that feeling is just so light. I'm really excited because these just they feel amazing. And honestly, we're gonna talk about that. I want to see what's in there. Let's take a look what's in there, and we'll wrap it up with that. Because I can't keep going on about how good they are, and I don't think I've actually opened these on video and kind of, oops, where the, okay. Feels like one of those screws, just the catch on the bottom was.
It's probably under the other cabinet. It hit my foot.
Yeah, well, hit my foot too. Hit my foot first. Bah. And yeah, we are definitely replacing these rusty ass screws. But the turntables feel great. All right. I'll take a quick look at this art as well. Like you can see, I can actually see it, you know, coming off the corner. It's just, you know, printed paper probably, but get a closer. Oh, actually, yeah, get a closer look at this with the lights. I really like, you know, since it is supposed to be like light on the bottom, dark on the top, like they specifically printed this, or no, it's just it's just because it's underneath the dark color. But oh, well, that one's out. But you know what? We'll open that up and take a look. Looks like these still have the old style switches. They haven't been changed out to the new ones, but yeah, it was just loose. Or no, it's just bad. Oh well, I don't really care. I can always replace that later, but... Oh, no, it's just oh? Oh, this came unplugged. This is the button. There we go. There we go, yeah. But, my god, like, these are super light. I wonder kind of want to take this off and look at the springs. I need to start learning spring weights by feel, because for my arcade, I do intend to do what a lot of Japanese arcades do and put the spring and switch weight on the cab somewhere. But yeah, like one thing with doing this kind of art, I know other people have done it, is it's always a pain in the ass to get these things off. And I always hate having to do that. So I'm thankful when I find them that are already done like this. Like the sound Voltex that I have in my house right now, same thing. Someone already did the work, so I'm not gonna change it out. But so here we go. I mean, I can tell even just looking at this spring is super light. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was, say, 50-50, you know, 50 gram spring, 50 gram switch. But let's take a look at that switch anyway and see what we actually, and this is clean too. Like, I'm almost curious. I don't know if the distributor would tell me, but I want to look and see if they'd be willing to let me know what arcade this came out of, just because, like, I want to know what, you know, what this place was doing, that, you know, it was a very well loved cab, you can tell, you know, and then to let it go. So Cast Hour came with new switches for it with their art sets, which was interesting. And I don't remember which ones they were, like, but here's what we've got in this. It looks like D2MV, and I'm not sure what the weights are on this. I'll probably look this up later, but again, everything feels like it's probably like 50-50. Those are pretty light. So just gonna put these back in, and I think that about sums it up for this 2DX. I can't really do much more than that. But yeah, that's it. I think that's it for 2DX. We're gonna go back and finish up the Diva. It's not gonna boot the game, so it's gonna be a pretty short video. But if you enjoy this, let me know. And as we joke, like and subscribe. It's never what our videos are about, but we like to share what we got. So that's 2DX. That's all the crap they pack on it. We're probably going to be having others come in that way too. So I just wanted to show a little bit about that, and that's about it. So we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Stay safe as always.